Real Estate Edge today, I am joined by Tim Rood. He is chairman of the Collingwood Group, and welcome back to our show. I know you know all things real estate, so we love having you here. Oh, there's a lot of pressure. Right now we are seeing a rise in rents, and that is putting pressure on a lot of Americans out there. Do you think that's going to continue?
Unfortunately, it's likely to continue only because of the stress in the purchase market. The purchase market is struggling because of a lack of inventory for things that we've touched on before, which is really that, you don't have builders investing in that lower end side. And even if they were investing in it, you're seeing that lenders are really shying away from that product because there's still a lot of liabilities associated with lending to low to moderate income households. And also the cost to originate a $500,000 mortgage and the cost to originate a $100,000 mortgage is about the same, but the penalties are outsized for the lower end of the market where it's most risky. So I see that rents are likely to continue to go up, and you're starting to see builders, I mean, they're smart, right? So you're not seeing them making a lot of single family homes, but man, they are building the dickens out of multifamily properties. And we talk about a little bit at Collingwood is like, man, you've got to be very careful about getting renters on the drug. And the drug is the convenience factor of these multifamily properties, these communities. Builders are awash in all kinds of amenities where you can walk to anything you need. You have all the transit-oriented markets.
Inside these big, beautiful buildings.
But it becomes a vicious cycle, right? So these families start later, but now they can't save, right? Because they're paying much more to rent than they are to own. Therefore, they can't save anything. All of these amenities means all of these cool things I can spend my money on. It's a slippery slope. Is it killing the American dream to own a home? The problem is that the government really needs to kind of step in, and they need to demonstrate policies. It's almost like housing needs a PR campaign. You need the government to go out and say, enough about the cautionary tale about housing. Look, this is the only legitimate wealth creation opportunity. No offense to the stock market, but seriously, I mean, as young Americans, the real legitimate opportunity for wealth creation is going to come from home price appreciation, the forced savings of a mortgage, all of those things that are absent in a rental market.
But what do you make of this rapid rise? Because right before the financial crisis, we were seeing a lot of building, and people were investing in these big buildings, and there were maybe one or two renters in these huge buildings, and now they're overflowing, there's waiting lists, and the rents are rising. It's been very, very rapid.
It's been crazy. I mean, so you think about housing has gone up about...
What's behind that?
Just demand. I mean, Americans are funny, right? So you get 300 million Americans plus, and they have a bias towards living indoors. So they got to go someplace. And the fact of the matter is they're having so much trouble getting into the purchase market that they're finding themselves into these rental markets. And like I said, the builders are smart. They're doing everything they can. You saw private equity come 2011 and 2012, where no one would go into the waters in terms of investing in single family real estate. The big hedge funds, the private equities, they came in, they bought up tens of thousands of properties, started renting them out. They're not going to give up that position because they've made so much yield on the property to keep appreciating, and they're cash flowing positive. So I don't imagine that inventory is going to kick in anytime soon. So it seems like the best option.
What about investing just in a home building stock right now? Where do you see these stocks headed, if at all?
I got to imagine they're going to go up. I mean, as we said, going into this election, it's undeniable that any economic growth plan is going to require an emphasis on housing, getting companies to invest more in housing, getting builders to build more, getting borrowers more opportunities to invest in housing. So I'm bullish on the housing sector.
Thank you for your insights today.
My pleasure.